hellos for all you that come in later. I've just washed my hair and put like all the products in. It's not completely dry, but I have gone in with this bad boy. I need to get a smaller hairdryer. I mean, it's like something from the 1980s. But yeah, the diffuser's good on it. But you can get those really nice smaller hairdryers now, can't you? So I think I need to get one of them. Do you know ones that look like Dysons but aren't? Because I cannot afford that. Right, so what we're going to do while no one's in, I was going to do it this way anyway, but while no one's in, I'm going to shot my stash. We're going to put base makeup on that, shot my stash makeup, and then I've got 4. I thought I only had, let's speak again. I thought I only had 3 Cosmic Brushes palettes, but I've got 4. So then we're going to do the swatch party portion of the video. I feel like it's going to be so long, but if anyone comes in, they can always go out if it's too long for them. Let's try and sweep this over here. Yeah, let's put this on. So as usual, the Garnier Vitamin C Daily UV Invisible 50 plus SPF. The maximum you can get, I think, isn't it? 50 plus. I had a busy day today. Took my mum to the doctor's earlier on. I've got to go for an x-ray tomorrow at the hospital on my knee. My mum's been told she has to have a chest x-ray so she can come at the same time. Mother and daughter x-rays. So then after that, I think we're going to go out to lunch. My mum said she wants a Subway. So yeah, we're going to go out to lunch. And then I've got a job centre appointment, but I'm sure it's like 10 to 4. And we're going to be out since well, my appointment at the hospital is 11:40. And my mum's, she can go at any time. So she's just going to come with me. Oh, it's so glowy, this. I absolutely love it. I'll be out of this soon. If I keep using this like I'm using it, I will absolutely run out of it. So that's that on. But if I run out of it, then I won't get a new one straight away. I'll use my day cream. Where is it? Maybe it's in the bathroom. Yeah, it's not on the side there. Okay, so that's on. Let's get some vitamin enriched eye base on. And somebody's just come in and gone straight back out. I guess they just want to see the Cosmic Brushes. Well, I feel like this is the better way to do it. So if there's enough people in, watch this, there won't be anyone in. If there's enough people in, then someone can choose the palette. Now, if there's not anyone in, I'm going to have to choose the palette. Right, let me use my Project Pan foundation. But before all that, oh, here is my cream. So that's what I use for my day cream. I've not used it in a while. It's the L'Oreal Hyaluron Expert with an SPF of 20. And since I got that SPF, I've not been using it, but that's how much I've used anyway. I do really like it. I need to start using it more, otherwise it's just going to go bad. So, right, let's get some primer on. which we all know I absolutely love this one. And I've gone out and bought a new one from eBay. And it will all be marked on the fact that I'm on a no-buy. But I'm putting this down as skincare. And skincare can be one in, one out. It's just so smooth. It literally like goes on like some kind of magical, I don't know, like concrete villa. I need to turn this light down as well. I notice it more just under the eyes. Yeah, I definitely notice it more under the eyes. Right, so then that's all I do. I normally go on the head as well, but my hair's wet and I don't really want this product in my hair, so I won't do that today. Then I go and get a glowy primer. We use the Becca one today. So I'll just keep it in this little pot here. Minnie's nearly worn off. Hi! Who is it today? Is it Tracy or Phoebe? Or is it both of you? Hi Tracy, how are you? I had Phoebe in the other day, which was absolutely lovely. Like she came to one of my lives. She was telling me about that mascara that she's using. The I think she said it was the Rimmel Serum one. Rimmel Serum Bond or something like that. I'm just using the Becca backlighting primer just to give me a glow here. I'm not too bothered about it being on my forehead or down my nose because, yeah, I'm just not too bothered. I feel like I'm going through it now a little bit quicker than I was. Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. I'm still having a bit of problems with my kneecap, but other than that, I'm okay. She's a fast texter. Yeah. The conversation was flowing nicely. I can't think who else was in that day. I did have some other people in the live chat. Right, I'm going to go in. I won't show it, but I'm using my Project Pan foundation. And, yeah, I'm coming to the end of it. It's my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy. I don't like to show it because, obviously, then it'll be like, well, what's the point in filming an update? Right, and then there's some foundation. I can tell I'm coming to the end of it because I've had to kind of store it like that. And there's foundation all over the top of it. So I'm just going to have to put that on the forehead. I think in about a week's time, I'll be due to do my Project Pan update. My 24 in 2024 anyway. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I got it from Matalan. Like, it should have been, I think they said it should have been £15, but only because of this detail in here. And I got it for £5. I would not pay £15 for this. I mean, some people, it's a nice top to go out in. You know, I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying I wouldn't pay what Matalan were charging. But I'm tight like that. I don't mind spending £15 on a palette. But when it comes to spending it on clothing, I'm like, no, it's not worth it. Oh, I nearly slipped though today, Tracy. Not like as in fell over, but nearly, you know, I'm on this no-buy. I nearly slipped. I did a TikTok. I'll tell you about the TikTok experience, actually. My first ever TikTok experience. I did that yesterday. I went on a live. I didn't know I could go on a live. I thought you had to have 1,000 followers. And I've got, I think, 943. Anyway, it said I could if I wanted to. So I did. I was really nervous. And basically what happened, I don't know really how TikTok works because, you know, all my lives are done through YouTube, really. So, like, something buzzed on my screen and it said decline or accept. And, like, over there on TikTok, it's all about gifting and whatnot. Like, can you see stuff on your screen here at the top? It tells you how many likes you've got and things like that. Doesn't do that over here. All you can see really is your live chat and your comments, like down at the bottom here. So I was confused anyway. And all these people kept asking, well, first of all, I accepted these people and then the screen started splitting and then two random guys here and here, I think they were teenagers, came into my live. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't have you in my life. I was just thinking it, I didn't say it. I can't have you in my life while I'm, you know, doing my first ever makeup tutorial. And they said, oh my God, Andy looks like she's seen a ghost. Then they started going on and on about different things. And I just kind of like logged out, like just closed my phone down completely. I think that's good for that. So closed my phone down completely. And then I wanted to go back in because my friend Jane was in there. I'm going to just put some of this Face Facts Vitamin C spray on the sponge. So yeah, I wanted to go back in. I didn't want her to think that I was being ignorant, but I was scared. And it said, do you want to resume? And I'm like, oh, well, not really, not if they're still there. Anyway, I resumed and then ended that one and then restarted it. And she went, what happened? I had a few people going, well, like quite a lot of people going, but only like 2 or 3 people, not 2 people, Jen and this other girl, Julie, chatting to me. But I didn't really expect a lot because obviously it's not that I don't have a lot of followers over there, it's just I'm not on there a lot. So that was that. But at least I got through the live. I feel like I only really got through it though because Jane was chatting to me. She can't be in every live. So I don't know how the next one's going to go. I think I'm just going to do them once a week. So I'm just putting some Becca under eye corrector on at the moment. But yeah, I was scared doing that live because on TikTok the haters are worse than on YouTube. And I've been like, I don't really get them from my long form content on YouTube, but whoops, that nearly dropped. But on lives lately, it's not been going well. Like, I've had really nice people here, But then I'll get the odd comment, the odd nasty comment, and it's like, just go away. If you're going to be like that, go away. So, yeah, that was that. But it doesn't, like, stop me from wanting to do it more. But I'm just gonna be a bit more kind of like hesitant. And then like loads of other people tried getting in my life. If you don't decline it within a certain time, all these people can just get in. You've got like 2 minutes to decline it, and I'm like, nope, nope, nope. It isn't happening. I can't have that. Even if I was confident in those lives, I just want to talk to my followers, you know. Oh, I need to do the rest of my face. Actually, I'll use the I Heart Revolution Peach Powder. It wasn't the best, Tracy. It wasn't the best start. I wondered what the hell I'd done. I need a brush for this powder. I can't lose brushes, surely. Right, let's just use this. It is a powder brush, but I feel like it's too big for what I want. Let's start on the forehead. Like normally I use this brush to blend out bronzer. Oh yeah, and then I was gonna say, I nearly slipped up, wasn't I, Tracy? So I was on that live last night, and Jane was in there, and she was telling me about the Made by Mitchell bronze pods. Yeah, that's what they're called. And the glowy bronzers, and I love a good glowy bronzer. Nearly slipped up today and bought one. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm nearly 6 months done, you know, I'm gonna buy one. But literally, I was looking at the colours. They look really, really warm toned, and I have to be really, really careful because, you know, my hair's really red, and then my skin tone's really cool toned. So some bronzers look really orange, like the Chanel Soleil Tan de Soleil or whatever it's called, that cream bronzer. That was so orange looking when I bought it. I know they've changed the formula now, so they might have one that suits my skin tone a bit better. So bronzers like that do look orange on my skin. And I'm like, I was messaging Jane, I was like, I just can't see one here that's gonna look okay on my skin tone. And then I found two. And I'm like, oh, I think these would look okay. So we agreed on the two. And then I messaged Lisa. Now I'm going to go in with the Revolution Mega Bronzer in 01 Cool. Just speaking of bronzers. So then I messaged Lisa and I said, well, those swatches that I've been watching on the Mitchell page, they still don't make it clear he's tanned. So obviously we only know how it's going to look on his tan skin. And, you know, they look beautiful. All the shades look beautiful on his tan skin. And I feel like the lightest bronzer would have done me. What was it called? I can't even remember the lightest one anyway. And then there was one called Caramel Kiss. The first one was baking something or other. And then I'll probably remember it in a minute. So, too much bronzer on the nose there. Way too much bronzer. So anyway, I was umming and ahhing about that for a good hour and a half. Online shopping, online window shopping. And see, this is going to be hard now with blush because I don't know what eye look I'm doing. What I might do is might just do highlighter. And then we can choose a blush when I know what, obviously, eyeshadow palette I'm using. So I'll just go on with this one, Steeler Kitten. I really like it. So anyway, in the end, I came home, because I was at my mum's at the time. I came home and I swatched my entire arm. And literally, I've got glowy bronzers in my collection. So I don't need it, is what the end result. I didn't buy it. Don't need it. I mean, I could have bought it. I could have treated myself. Even my mum said, treat yourself. You've been really good over this last 6 months. But I'm not on a low buy. I'm on a no buy. You know, and I did slip up a little bit when I bought that £5 foundation. But £5 is nothing, is it? Yes, I have a problem getting a decent bronzer being pale. Yeah, I know. Pale girls really, really struggle to get a good bronzer. And I struggle as well with the hair colour. Obviously, if it's too orange, I look like I've been tangoed. If it's too brown, I look really, really muddy. And I didn't wear bronzer for a very long time because of that. And then I just started finding some that did suit my skin tone, like that Revolution one. If I don't put a lot on, it looks nice. And a lot of people don't like this, but for me, I really, really do. I mean, Sarah Rose, I wouldn't say Sarah Rose is the same skin tone as me. She's more neutral, and she actually thrown hers out. And can you see, look, I'm doing really well with hitting pan there. Okay. Right, let's do the brows. Let's put these brushes away for a minute. I mean, I'm just doing what I can, taking each day, you know, taking day by day, Tracy. I wouldn't like to say it's been easy. Sorry about that. Disconnected. Benefit Hula Light is nice. Are they still selling that? I heard that had been discontinued. Oh, you can't tolerate the fragrance. Benefit blushes are the same. I really like them, but I don't like the fragrance. I mean, I can use them. I'll show you what I'm using in a minute. Brow wise, I can use them, so it's a good job I can use them as well because they're so darn expensive. But I really don't like it, Tracy. Don't like the scent. I don't even know what the scent is. All I know is it's disgusting. Right, brows are done. So all I'm using for this, another Project Pan item, Smashbox Photo Up eyeshadow. again, I can't show you the progress, but there is some, which is good. I'm looking forward to doing the update this month. Then I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place Eye Sculpt Eyeshade Brow Gel. I want to try that NYX Stick It Brow Gel. So when I've used this, I will do. Hi Courtney, I didn't see your message. How are you? I don't know why my voice rose then. Okay. Brows done. Right, let's do primer and set it, and then I can show you the palettes then, and we can just do some swatches. I'm going to try and do swatches like here. I don't know if I'll be able to. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to. So it looks like they're going to be like down here then. I've never been good at swatching that way. I don't know how people do it. Where's that lip oil? Feel like at the moment I want to put some lip oil on or something, or a lip gloss. I used to have, well, the Primark ones in my bag. I guess we're going to have to use this one that I don't really like. Don't like this NYX Fat Lip Oil. I used to have a Technique one that I really liked. I just don't like these at all. Why are they viral? I feel like this one's in the shade Supermodel, by the way. I feel like a really big content creator made it viral, and everyone just loves them now. Those new ones, like in the stick format, look nice though. Right. Okay, let's go in. Let's go in with my primer. I mean, it might look nice with a lip liner underneath, like this one. The Essence Stay 8-hour lip liner in the shade Unforgettable. It might look nice with that. But like, just like this, I'm not much keen on it. Oh, a bit too much primer. Look how liquid it is. I'm not really that much keen on this either. But if you know me, you know I don't like waste. Oh, you might be able to hear some noise coming from upstairs. I've got an annoying neighbour. And he knows I don't like him. But yeah, well, you know, make a point of hanging out of his window like he did today and saying hello to me. I don't even look at him anymore. I just say, he's like, are you alright? And I'm like, yeah. Which I don't like being like that because it's rude. But I'm going in with this Revolution contour palette now, just for the powder that I always use. But if I engage with him, Yeah, he wants a conversation. And I clearly don't, so... I try not to look at him. I just say, yeah, I'm alright. Okay, so they'll be ready for the eyeshadow when I put it on. This is where it's going to get long. I mean, it's probably going to be another half hour just swatching the eyeshadows. But if you've not got a place to go, they're coming up now. I did this really for Jamie. She was asking me which is my favourite. And I don't actually know which my favourite is. So we've got 4. I'll do them in order of when I bought them. So the first ever one I bought was this one. I'd never heard of the brand before my friend Naomi told me about it. She said, have you seen that palette by Cosmic Brushes? And I'm like, Cosmic who? Anyway, she showed it to me, and for the life of me now, looking at this, I don't know why I bought it. I mean, the greens are kind of my shades, but I mean, it's got so many blues and purples in there, and they're not really me, are they? And that's random as well, that orange there. Anyway, shall we do some swatches? So like I said, I'll do them down here. I might just do small ones so I can like double up on the hand. Right, so let's go in with this one first. This is a duochrome. It's called Opal. You can see it, can't you, there, flipping. Like, these palettes, the owner of the brand said they are supposed to be used together. So that's what that one looks like. Right, this one I might need to swatch twice. Like that. Let's turn the light down a little bit more. Yeah, like that. So you can see it a bit better. So that's Opal. Then we've got a purple matte, a deep purple matte. That one's called Pixie. And just looking at that now, I feel like that purple would look really, really nice all over the lid and into the crease. And then this to blend it out, and then that all over the lid from where, you know, where I put that one as a base. So Jamie, we're just doing the Cosmic Brushes swatches. I've just done Opal from the Serenity. So I'm going to do them all. I've got 4. So this shade is called Pixie. It's a nice matte purple. So I'll put that next to Opal. Right, so that's them two together there. Then we've got a really vibrant green, which is called Sorbet. I'm not really in the frame, but it doesn't matter. It's more about the palettes, this portion of the video. Let's do 2 swatches of that. So that one is Sorbet. I still feel like the light needs to be turned down a bit more. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? I just want you to get... Oh, look at that. That's Sorbet... Excuse me. That Sorbet shade is flipped into here. Right, I need a drink of water. Excuse me a minute. What shade did it go into? Lagoon. Some of it broke off. Right. That one there. Gonna have to blow that out. I don't know what's going on with this palette. I hope to goodness there isn't mould growing on this Lagoon shade here. I don't know whether it was when I blew it I'm going to keep an eye on it, and if it's mouldy, I'm going to have to throw the palette out. But anyway, we'll continue to like check in the other shades as we go, because obviously if that's mouldy, then the entire palette's going to be mouldy. And I'll either have to make the decision whether I'm going to buy a new palette, which I probably won't, because this palette isn't really for me anyway. I've not really used it that much. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it's like over the next few months. So next is Earth. It's a really nice grungy brown. I love your blouse. Oh, thank you. Can you see it's quite muddy? Really, really grungy. It's really nice. And then this is the entire first row done. So this one is Oasis. This one's really smooth. So that's those 5. Right, on to the next. Odyssey. This gold here. That's pretty. That's a shade I would use. Oh, it's very smooth. Right, I'm going to put these down here. So that is pretty. Then we've got a matte blue. That one's called River. This one here. It's just very, very colourful. And because a lot of it is blue and purples as well, and I didn't really use purples. I do now. I use them a bit more now. That's the blue River. That's way too deep for me. Watch it now. You're all going to vote for a blue look. That's why I've put a black t-shirt on, completely neutral. So whatever you want me to use, I'll use whatever you want me to. Right, this one I think is a very, very dark green. It's called Forest. Looks black, doesn't it? But I'm sure I presume it's a very dark green, with it being called Forest. Yeah, it's green. Like a teal. There we go. You can tell it's not the same shade as River. I'm not wiping my fingers on my pants. I'm wiping it. I need to get my wipes anyway, but I'm just wiping it on here. I'm making a mess of this. Then we've got Spring. Now that's my shade. That's a shade that I would use. I'll have to go in twice with this because it's really, really light. Hi, Louise. How are you? Just doing some swatches. We're having a bit of a swatch party. And then the second row is Serenity. So it makes sense that they put Serenity in here as it's a Serenity palette. So this looks like a really nice shade. Yeah, and that's like a blue as well. I would use that one. Would I use that one and that one there? River, I think it was called. I don't think I'd use them together. Maybe River in the outer V, but I'd want something more neutral in the crease. Right, so that's what I've swatched so far. And obviously this is the palette here. Every time I swatch something, I'll show you the palette. You'll be getting sick of the palette by the time I've swatched them. Right, let's go in with a third row. Right, so this one is really, really pretty. It's called Awake. Yeah, gold. I love gold. I do as well. And, you know, it really makes my eyes pop. Golden bronze shades and oranges and yellows and things like that. Right, so it's more of a periwinkle shade, isn't it, really? So that one's Awake. Right, this is a shade that I don't really like. It's too dark. It's called Twilight. It's a lot stiffer as well than the other shimmers. So that's what that one looks like. So that's those two swatches there. Going further up the arm now. Right, then we've got Moss, this really nice grungy green here. Oh, that's really grungy. So, Moss. So it's like green with a little bit of brown in it. Then we've got Lagoon. That's the one that I thought there was a little bit of mould growing on it. Can you see it here? There's definitely something growing there. Now, if that persists, it's getting put in the bin. I mean, I've not had it that long. I'd have to check how long I've had it. Because, I mean, once one eyeshadow starts growing like mould, then they all do. But normally you can keep an eyeshadow longer than 12 months. 24 months. I know for a fact I've not had this palette 2 years. So I'll be complaining if that is mould. Like, you know, I've kind of like took it away a little bit, but there's, to me, it looks like there's some there. Now, if that comes back, I'll be contacting the company and just saying, look, you know, you need to replace that palette. Right, so what was that one? Moss and Lagoon, that deepest green there. And they're a small company, so they probably won't replace it. So that one's called Mood. Really, really deep. Can you see why I wouldn't like them? If you're a blue lover, you'll love this palette. Like, my friend loves it. But for me personally, I'm not. I think I bought it at the time because she bought it. And I hadn't heard of the brand and I wanted to try the brand. The next palette that I bought after it, that was like a seconds palette. Still performs the same. That one, in my opinion, is better than this one. Which palette is your favourite by Cosmic Brushes? I really like the Royal Rose, to be honest. But yeah, we'll go through that. We'll go through the colour stories, and you can't even get the Royal Rose anymore, Jamie. They did they sold it as a seconds palette. I only paid about £6 for it. With shipping was a bit extra, so I think in total I paid about £8. But you can't get that specific palette anymore. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna go through every palette that I've got from them. I haven't got the latest ones that they brought out. That's because, like, the one at Christmas was completely blue. It was Winter Wonderland or something like that. Anyway, let's do the bottom row now. So that blue there, really, really deep. If you don't like blues, you're not going to like this, are you? Let's face it, it's really dark. And yeah, I can use the greens, but even the greens are dark. Right, so this one's called Ether, which is a nice purple. It's like a purple with a blue shift. And what I'm doing, Jamie, with these is I'm going in and showing you like swatches of this specific palette with the whichever one I bought first. I bought the Serenity palette first. Yeah, but I mean, if it's mouldy, you know, it's going to affect the entire palette. You know, I could do that. I could spray it with alcohol and let it air out, but it's not something that I've caused the palette. You know, if it is mouldy, then, you know, I either need to throw it out, but I need to contact the company. You know, I just need to find out when I actually got this palette. So, I mean, none of the other shades are like that. So it might just be me imagining things. We've got this one here, Make a Wish. Oh, that one's smooth and really nice. And it's so far like embedded here as well. You probably wouldn't get rid of it anyway by spraying alcohol on it. I mean, I'll try it. Got this shade here, Echo. I actually broke it, it's chipped here. The palette fell on the floor. These two shades go really nice together. Well, actually, that shimmer there, that matte there, Echo, and then this really nice lilac, they go really nice together. I'm going to have to wash my hands off in a minute. Right, and then the last shade for this palette is Mystical, which is a nice smooth black. So pigmented as well. So that's all of them, guys. So you're definitely getting more mattes, aren't you? How many shimmers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 shimmers and 10 mattes. I don't like that in a palette either. I should have looked into it. Like now, if I was choosing a palette, I'd do more research on palettes, how many shimmers and how many mattes. My OCD doesn't like it when there's only 5 shimmers to like 10 mattes, like in this case. No. 5, 10, 15. It's a 20 pen eyeshadow palette. So then it's 15 mattes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, you're getting 6 shimmers. But even so, like 14 mattes to 6 shimmers. I just don't like that in a palette. But that's just me personally. So that is the Serenity. Let me try and take all this off. So again, that's what it looks like. So that's palette number 1. I need to get this off. Right, I've got some wipes. The darker shades are not going to come off easy either. Just had a bath as well. I'm doing all this like a bath and a shower actually. A bath to relax and a shower to wash my hair. Can you see? Blue. Okay. That one palette took 20 minutes to swatch. I need to start getting faster, don't I? You'll be here this time tomorrow. Right, so that one was last. So then we've got this one. Like I said, this one was the one that I bought next. I bought them, like the Serenity and this, very, very close proximity together, just because, like I said, it was a seconds palette and it performs just as well as any of the other 4 palettes that I've got. 3 palettes, should I say. And this is what this one looks like. How many shimmers do you get in this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. Yeah, they only put 6 shimmers in. And the rest is mattes. I think why is because mattes are so much cheaper to make, aren't they, than shimmers. Anyway, let's go in with it and let's not dilly-dally any further. We've got Champagne. Beautiful. That'd make a really nice highlighter for some skin tones. I don't really want to wet my fingers because that's going to change the texture of the eyeshadow. Okay, Wild Rose, which is this one here. Just a really nice, like, fuchsia pink. I definitely need to use these palettes more. Like, I've used them all one time for a few different looks on the channel when I bought them. And just nothing since. But that could be said for the same every eyeshadow palette in my collection. Then we've got Passion, a really nice orange. So that's that one. Then we've got Flawless, this one here. And they've started putting multi-chromes in the palettes now, so that's put the price up a little bit. I feel like when I started buying them, well, this one was cheaper anyway. This one was £7, I think. But when I started buying them, I feel like the Serenity was only 18, and now I think they're 25. Well, the last one I bought was about that, yeah, because I got 2 of them. I got one for me and one for a friend. So that's the first row. See, there's only one shimmer here. What do we all think about shimmers and matte ratios? Are you like me, or do you not care one way or another? We've got Tiffany, this one down here, which has got that blue shift. A lot of people don't care, that I know. They don't care that there's not that many shimmers to mattes. I wish I was like that, but I don't know. I just, like in a £20 palette, why can't they just give at least 10 shimmers, 10 mattes? But I feel like it comes down to the cost more than anything. Or you like an even amount of both? Same as me then. So it's not an OCD thing, it's a common sense thing. Oh, this yellow is so nice. If you like yellow, and it's really, really nice for like the inner corner here. It's called Highness. Look how bright it is. It's like canary yellow. But I need to swatch it a couple of times. I'm curious as to what you're going to pick for me. Then we've got Romance. Don't really like that shade. I might do this a little bit more often with other brands. Then we've got Dusk. God, I've got an itchy eye, sorry. So this video is especially for you, Jamie, because we were talking about it the other day, weren't we, in my live? Right. Dusk, this one here. And then the last one on that row is Enchanted. See, there's 2 shimmers on that row. So if any of you guys are watching out there and you can think of a specific brand, I do have quite a lot of makeup, so I'm probably guaranteed to have some things. I mean, not like US. I don't think I've got a lot of US makeup. Do you know, like indie makeup, like Cleona and all that? But yeah, that's like more of a red. That's Enchanted. What I'm saying is, if anyone wants me to do a specific brand, oh, I like that. That's beautiful. It's a stiffer formula again. Yeah, it just takes a lot of patience, Tracy. Then we've got Honor, this one here. But I'm not going anywhere. Not yet, anyway. Tonight I'm going to my mum's again. It's not like you have to go anywhere immediately. I've got time to do it. So, Honor. And then we've got Boss Babe, which is just slightly darker than Tiffany. It's quite a nice palette for Valentine's Day. I feel like that's when they brought it out, and then there was lots of manufacturing problems. They're saying it's not as pigmented as like the real Royal Rose should have been, and that's why they was kind of giving them away, because in my mind it was kind of them giving it away. And I just thought, yeah, I'm going to buy that because I bought Serenity and the formula of the shimmers were really, really nice. So and it had this green in it that I wanted to try. So yeah, next one is Dreamer. It just depends what colour story you like, though. You know, they're always coming out with new palettes. I want them to come out with singles. This one is Legacy. And then the last one on that row, I think this is my favourite shadow, Bloom. Look at that. Oh my gosh. All over the eye. Not that I'm trying to influence your decision, guys. You pick what you want to pick. Hi, Sarah. What I'm doing, I've got 4 Cosmic Brushes palettes, and I'm just doing the swatch party at the moment. Once the swatch party's over, I'm on palette number 2 now. About 3/4 done with doing the swatches for that. So far, that's the swatches. And then I'm going to let my subscribers pick the palette that they like the best. I just hope like it's unanimous, because if somebody says this and somebody says that, then I might have to have I might have to decide as well. Got Magical Makeup? No, I don't. Are they a UK brand? I've never heard of them. But if they're a UK brand, then maybe I'll get something in November when I'm off my no-buy. Sorry, Louise, I've just seen your comment now. Dusky pinks are nice. I think so too. Right, so we're going in now with this bottom row here. Next one is Valentine. It's definitely a Valentine's Day palette, isn't it? Oh, this is really, it's like a fluorescent red. Then we've got Royal. Of course, they're going to put a shade in, obviously, that matches the palette. So Royal. This one here. Then we've got Fantasy. That purple one there. And I was saying before, Jamie, I don't know if you caught it, but the brand owner of Cosmic Brushes has put all these palettes together so that you can use them together. They're not standalone palettes. So that's probably why she's only put 5 shimmers in each palette. So Fantasy. God. Hers just attacking me and making my eyes itchy. Right, let's wipe this a bit. I'm making a mess of it. Next one. My voice went really high pitched then. Is the shade Honey. So that's that one there. And then this one looks like maybe a Colourpop one. Do you know, like those Super Sharks? It looks like it's like putty formula. Royal Rose. And that's that one there. That's beautiful. Right, let's put this here. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful gold. Let's do another swatch of it. Look at that. Right, so again, that's all the swatches. I'm trying to pull my body around as much as I can. So that's those. That's the Royal Rose palette. Palette number 2. We're getting there. The eyeshadows will soon be on the eyes. Right, so again, yeah, that's what it looks like. Do love that green. And I'm not really even using green eyeshadow at the moment. What's everyone's favourite eyeshadow? Oh my gosh, I've missed loads of comments. Sorry, guys. I think so. I'll send you the link. Okay, thank you, Jamie. I'm in the US. I live in New York State, but not by New York City. I live like an hour and a half from Niagara Falls. Oh, really? How nice. I hate talking to text. So, Jamie, you and Sarah aren't far from one another. That's great. You know, I wish I lived closer to my subscribers. I mean, I do have some in England, like Jane lives in, I don't know where, I can't remember, but Morag lives in Scotland, which is quite far. But it's not a million miles away. I really wish they had more shimmers though. I think they've all got the same amount of shimmers, like 5, 6 shimmers. The next one I got was Muse. From memory, I think this is more grungy. Yeah, and I do really like this one. That's really, really pretty. You don't really get many blues in it. So yeah, it's one of my favourites. Right, so this luster shade here is a lot like, see what I mean, they're putting duochromes in. But this palette wasn't as expensive as the next palette I'm going to show you, the last palette. So they put duochromes in, and they did bump the price up a little bit, but it wasn't like up to the point of it being £25. I mean, £25 for an indie brand isn't expensive, but I mean, what you've got to realise is I knew the prices before they actually started putting multi-chromes and duochromes in them. Anyway, we're going to get into swatching, otherwise, again, it's going to be really, really long. But yeah, this one is like Opal from that Whipping It. You have all the great makeup brands though, Andy. What, in the UK? See, I wouldn't agree with that, Jamie. You know, I feel like you do in the US. You have so many good makeup brands. You've got Ensley Rain, you've got Cleona, you've got... Well, I can't even think what you've got. But you've got a lot. And you can get those Flower Beauty palettes, like Desert Lights, Jungle Lights, and all the other lights. I've got Desert Lights and Jungle Lights only because my two friends were kind enough to gift them to me. The other new lights, I think Garden Lights, and what was the other one? I can't remember the other one. I'm never ever going to be able to get them because I live in the UK. Anyway, that's that one there. Luster. Can you see? Let me show you how it looks white in the pan. But then purple there, like a lilac palander, like a lilac shift. Right, next up is Haze, this beautiful cool tone brown. Would I say it's worth shipping over to you, Jamie? If that's a question on your mind, I would say probably yes, but I would say buy a bundle. My friend Mel from Eyeshadowholic, she bought a bundle, I think 3 palettes, and she said that made it worth it. She said the shipping weren't that expensive, so I don't know about that. I can't really speak for that, but I know that when I buy, the shipping really isn't expensive for Royal Mail to get it to me, but I am in the UK, aren't I? So, yeah. Oh, no, it's just too expensive, Jamie. But, yeah, thank you so much for offering. Yeah, it's really, really expensive. So we've got Rosewood here. This one's like a more warmer toned brown. Like, can you see the hint of red it's got in it? Can I turn it down even more? Yeah. I'm getting paranoid about the fact that you can't see true colours. Don't want to get a wipe yet. How many shimmers are in here? Let me just not calculate, but let me just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, that's more like it. Right, this is, I'm sure this one's, yeah, this one's a duochrome as well. It's a really grungy one. That one's called Ambient. Look at that, guys. It's like a blue, is it though? I wouldn't say it is like a blue-brown. Yeah, there's a hint of blue in there. Yeah, that's the Muse palette. I don't know if they still sell it, you know. I'd advise you to, like, if you're interested in that, I'd advise you to just go and have a look at the site. And then we've got Filigree here. That's that one there. This is definitely marketed as a grungy palette. If you like grungy eyeshadow, that's all the shades there in the first row. I would say, yeah, it's a good one. Oh, this is one of my favourite shades. I know I've said that in a couple of the palettes, but I've got favourite shades now, I feel like, in each palette. Inspire. This type of green, oh, it's so smooth as well. This type of green, guys, is... Oh. Right, let me move that. Look at that. So the shades I really like, I'll do that. I'll like put them towards the lid. Look at it though. It just glides on like butter. It's like green and it's got like that hint of yellow. Then we've got a really nice, like, I would say, pastel, lilac, lavender, purple shade. This one here. So that one is called Sweet Pea. I had credit on my car and found a new Adept palette for $20, so I get to try my first Adept palette. No way. You lucky so-and-so. I won't shop with Adept though. I really like the look of the palettes. I just won't shop with them. My friend sent me this message about the company. I mean, yeah, I'm not even going to mention it, but it left a bitter taste in my mouth, let's just say that. So, like, when something like that happens, you know, when someone's kind of... This person was getting bullied by the brand owner, and when something like that happens, I just won't shop. But it's different for you. You've not actually bought it from the brand, and then even if you did, I would never try and encourage people not to buy from the brand. I've made my own decision not to buy from Adept. But I couldn't believe it when my friend sent me this message. I was kind of like, oh my gosh, can't believe that. I can't believe they would even say it, let alone think it. Anyway, on to the next, another green. So we've got Patina. So what palette is it? I wonder if I know. I wonder if I've heard of it. So I do keep up with Adept. I just don't buy from them. Really pretty. But you got a really good deal there. And considering you had credit, you didn't literally have to shell out any cash, did you? So that's really, really good. Plain Jane Remastered. Didn't an influencer collab on that? Or maybe... Who am I thinking it is? Quite a big influencer. Or maybe that's somebody else. I can't remember. Next shade is Nouveau. I mean, I like some of the face palettes. And I like some of Sydney Grace's face palettes. So that's Nouveau. I've only got one palette by Sydney Grace, that Mel Thompson one. We're going in with Admire next. I can't remember her name. It's on the tip of my tongue. Do you know when you can see someone in your mind's eye? But I don't watch her that often, and that's why I can't remember. So we've got now a really grungy yellow mustard. Was it Heather Austin? Or have I got this completely wrong? That's who I'm thinking of. I know that she's collabed with them, but I don't know if it's that palette. I had to pay like $6 for shipping, but it's brand new, never used, so I grabbed it. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. Right, third row, starting off with Softly. Very, very, like, pale. I think you'd need a matte white base for this. Then we've got Pine, this very deep dark green. while I'm talking to you, I've got my friend sending me messages. So if I go like that, don't worry about it. I'm not weird. I'm just trying to do two things at once. No, she did a collab, but not with that palette. Yeah, that's fine. I just feel like someone has done a collab with that palette. Maybe I'm wrong. Right, so now we've got this beautiful pink here. It's like a pinky gold. This one's called Muse. Oh, look. Again, the eye. Oh my gosh. You can see the gold, can't you? The gold flip. Then we've got Fig. I'm wondering what they're going to come out with this year for like Halloween, and I mean, this one is just speaking to me the most. And that one actually, in this palette. Yeah, I'm wondering what they're going to come out with this year for like Halloween and Christmas. I didn't buy the Halloween palette last year, and I didn't buy the Christmas palette last year. Right, last one on that row is Amethyst. It's a very deep purple, and again, this is stiff formula. It's not as smooth as the rest. You can see it's not as smooth as the rest as well. I just want to try at least one product from my long list of indie brands. I'm always so scared to try new brands because I'm on disability and I can't afford to waste money. This is it, and I'm on universal credit, so I know how you feel, Jamie. I don't get much money, and I'm not even buying makeup. The reason I stopped buying makeup wasn't really, well, yeah, it was the fact that I've got too much, especially when it comes to eyeshadow palettes, but also I don't want to be spending any more money on makeup. I feel like, you know, if I want to spend money on makeup, you know, I'm monetized, and when I get to a point of like they give me money, because like at the moment I'm making that like £60 cash out every 3-4 months. I can always buy something and review it on the channel with that. So whatever comes into the channel, I can basically, you know, if there's something that my subscribers want me to review, I can buy that and do a review on it. But it would need to be new things that have come out, otherwise what's the point? It won't get any views. Like, so say for instance, one of the palettes on my wish list is the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. If I bought that when I next got money from Google AdSense, it wouldn't get any views. And I don't just do this for the views, even though it sounds like it. I don't, honestly. Like, if no one's watching it, what's the point in wasting my time? Anyway, on to the last row. This one here, beautiful antique. I think this is a duochrome as well. So they do put quite a lot of duochromes in. It's a multi-chrome you pay extra for. So antique. And then we've got Willow, which is this really nice grungy green. I know exactly what you mean. I agree with you 100%. You know, I don't want it to be like, I mean, for years before I got monetized, before I reached 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, I bought my own stuff, you know, and people bought the odd thing for me, but I would say at least 95% of my collection is things that I purchased, and it's a big collection. I'm always having to like declutter things because I just don't use them anymore, and I'd rather them go to a good home than not. But yeah, I mean, I just don't want to keep buying is what I'm trying to say. Right, so now we've got Water Lily, which is this shade here. Oh, them two together would create a really grungy look. I mean, people can afford to get all this makeup on YouTube because they are monetized and they earn X amount of money. But if you're not earning the big bucks, yeah, it's better just to buy what you can afford. And there's no shame in admitting that you can't afford it. Then we've got this petal shade here. It's really, really nice dusky rose pink. It's beautiful, that. Should we do another swatch? This one here. And then just one more shade left in this one. This one is Whisper. And then that's palette number 3 done. Then we've just got one more, and then I'll let you guys choose which one. That is Whisper. So that is them all. Beautiful. Absolutely love that palette. Have another wipe. I'll just quickly show you again. Oh, they are on PR, yeah. They are on PR, and then, like, they'll make out it's the best palette since sliced bread or whatever they're kind of PRing. And even if I did get PR, which is a long stretch, I probably never get it. I have got a few PR boxes in my time, but not many. I would always be honest with you guys. I think who's been following me for a long period of time, you know this. So that they send PR to people who never use it, review it, etc. Smaller channels would review products more than larger channels. I hate when I see them used for giveaways. Exactly. Right, let's put that one on the bed as well. I mean, Sarah Rose, she does use PR. She does get PR, and she keeps some of it, and she passes it on, like deeper shades that she gets sent. She does pass it on. And then I watched, I don't know if you've heard of her, Shanrel from Shanrel Stash. I felt really bad for her. She got PR. She got an Ilia foundation, that the one in the bottle. Well, they're all going to be in bottles, aren't they? But I think it's got like a dropper. And then also Urban Decay have just come out with this new one. I can't remember what it's called, but that has a dropper in it as well. And you can't use them because basically it's got hyaluronic acid in it. And they sent us something else, I think, from Urban Decay as well, so she can use that. But the 2 foundations she's passing on to her sister, so they are going to a good home. She's not putting it in a giveaway. She's just going to give it to her sister who is a similar skin tone to her. And I feel like that's really, really nice of her. So at least someone's getting use out of them. And I just asked her, I said, does hyaluronic acid break you out? Because hyaluronic acid's meant to be good for your skin, isn't it? Right. I thought this would be my favourite, Delicious Delights, because it's pastel. This here is a multi-chrome, and I've got a multi-chrome like this in, I can't remember what palette it is. It's one of my Glaminatrix. I was doing a video, like, and I basically thought, well, that looks like, so I was using the Glaminatrix one, and I was saying that looks like one out of the pastel, the Delicious Delights from Cosmic Brushes, and I swatched them both side by side, and I'm not joking, they're dupes for one another. So that's what you've got to watch with brands. So like this one is like, it looks like a red in the camera there, but it's actually green. Like when I'm looking at it, I can see green. Right, let's go on with this white. I don't think you're going to be able to see it. It's called Whipped Cream. Yeah, but like Michaela always has those humongous giveaways with products she's received in PR. Oh, do not get me started on Michaela. Oh, Jamie. I'm not a fan. Right, that's the white. You can see it. So, whipped cream. Then we've got this really nice lime green, which is called Zesty. I'm surprised you're still here. Have you not all fallen asleep yet? I didn't think it would take this long. Sorry, guys. Zesty. Then we've got Minty. That one there. Then we've got Fizzy, another like mint there. I'd be curious to see how many shimmers are in this palette. Is your hair naturally curly? It is indeed. And I need to tell you a story about my hair. So, I've been going to this course this week. Well, last week, really. Been going to this course and my hair needed a wash. So I washed it today and oh my gosh, because there's trees as I'm walking to where the course is, literally like pulled something out of my hair yesterday. I didn't know what the hell it was. It looked like some dead insect. And I'm like, right, I need to go in the bath. Like, because what I like to do is I have a bath, like to, you know, like make my body all nice and calm, and then I'll have a shower. So then I went into the shower and like, there was a few twigs that fell out of my hair and I'm like, what the actual hell? That's never happened to me before. But anyway, yeah, it is naturally curly. I put like quite a bit of product in it, and I've dried it for the most part. It's still a bit damp. Right, let's go in with Lollipop. There's quite a few mint greens in here. That's Virgin more on teal though, isn't it, really? Right, you might be interested to see this one because we're going in with the multi-chrome now. Let's just count them though, how many shimmers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 multi-chrome. So 6. So again, we've got this one here. It is super, super soft. So you've got to be very careful when you go in. Like that. Look at the pigmentation. I'm going to try that on my nails. So I've been putting like, it's coming off now, but I've been putting, like using like powders like this, shifty eyeshadows, and using it as nail polish. I wish I had curls like yours. That's the thing, isn't it, right? Oh, it's so buttery, it goes on for miles. When you've got curly hair, you want straight hair. When you've got straight hair, you want curly hair. It's so hard to maintain. Really is. This palette is Delicious Delights. So that's what it looks like. It's hard to keep up when there's 4 of them though, isn't it? Then the next shade is Smoothie. A really nice pink. Even though it looks red. So, yeah, you can definitely see this is a multi-chrome here. It's flipping green. I didn't mean it's flipping. I meant it's changing, like it's changing to green, like from like a purple plum to green, like green here. And that's why they put the price up to £25. I wish I could like go onto the website now and tell you the price difference between one that doesn't have a multi-chrome in it and one that does. I think I'll put that in the description. Right, then we've got Marshmallow, this one here. At the end of this, what I'll do is I'll show you all the colour stories again, and you can just let me know which one you want me to use. Does all the palettes have the same formulas? Well, not all the palettes have multi-chromes, but for the shimmers, I would say yeah. But some of the shimmers are kind of, some of the formula isn't as nice as, like, especially when you come into shimmers, some of the shimmery formula is a little bit more stiffer than others, but I would say that's on the darker colours like the purples and the blues, and that red that I used, that I swatched earlier as well, I would say like maybe one shade out of the entire palette is like that. But I would definitely say it's a really, really good brand for the price. I mean, when you compare it with other indie brands, so let me not get sidetracked, going in with buttercream. When you compare it with other indie brands and the price, I don't feel like you can get a good palette with a multi-chrome in for £25. Like the Glamonatrix one that Lisa got me. She's got me 4 actually so far. And I bought 1. They're way more than that. They're double that. I mean, I'm not getting paid for actually doing this video. It makes no odds to me, does it? I'm just giving you my opinion. Right, we've got Gingerbread. Really, really pretty. So we're on the 3rd row now. Getting there, guys, getting there. We're only 93 minutes in. Oh, it's terrible. It's very orange toned. Right, then we've got Frosting. This one here. I think this one's a duochrome. Or you could like go down the route of getting singles, like from a brand like Leona. I can't remember any other US brands off the top of my head. And make your own palettes up. That's what I do as well. Then we've got Milkshake. So another purple. Like in all these palettes, they put a lot of pastels in them. But pastels, most people use them to blend out a darker shade, don't they? Then we've got Jelly Bean. So we've got 2 dark purples coming up. I would say that one is more... I don't know. What would you describe that as? What colour? Plum? I've got a top that colour and I always say it's a plum colour. Then last one on the 3rd row is called Charms. Now I would say that's a purple. It looks black in this screen. You can tell it's purple. Right, last row. So we've got Sugar Plum. This is a nice blue. I'd probably use this. It's blue with a purple shift. So I would probably use that one. Wow, it's so smooth. It's like butter. I've come across one now, which I don't think I will because I'm on the last two. Like, there's only 2 shimmers on the last row. If I come across one that is that formula, like I don't think I've come across any in this palette that's a stiff formula. Maybe Candy Floss. No, Candy Floss is powdery a little bit, and so's Fizzy. But on the eyes, they just look beautiful. How nice would those two look in an eye look? Maybe, you know, that in the inner corner and then that towards the outer corner. Right, so the next one is Sweetie. No, just similar. They just look similar, but then when you swatch them, they're nothing alike. I don't think the brand would actually put shades in that are repeated. You know, I mean, they are an indie brand. They are just getting established. So yeah, like I said, you know, before, the palettes are meant to be companion palettes, so they wouldn't actually put the same palettes in twice, not like Colourpop. So we've got Sweeter here. Then we've got a deeper blue, Slushy. I mean, if you looked at all the palettes, you could probably say, oh, that looks like that shade. But then if you swatch them like individually, you'd notice differences. Whether you'd notice them through the camera is another thing. So that's Slushy. But actually in person. Then we've got Ice Pop. Yeah, it's definitely a summer palette, this, isn't it? That's that very pale blue there. I like Blend Buddy, I love them, but I started noticing a lot of similarities in them. But do they just look similar? Have you tried swatching them? Or, like, if they're going to look similar on the eye, then you don't buy them, do you? It's as simple as that, really. We've got Delicious next. So this one is a duochrome white with, I would say, a pink flip. This really is going to need building up. I would say most of the palettes have got a shade in like this Delicious shade, because we had Luster and then we had Opal. I think Opal was in Serenity and Luster was in Muse, and then in this palette we've got Delicious. So the only shade I'd probably say are very similar are those, but I like that kind of shade. I love it for the inner corner. So I don't mind having 3 of that. It's not the exact same shade. It has a difference. But yeah, if you're asking is a similar shade, yeah. I'd say, yeah, it's definitely white with a pink shift. So that one is that one. Let's have a look at them again briefly. Right, so I've just used Cosmic Brushes. Right, I'm looking at Serenity, the first one I looked at, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can see any shades that look like they're similar. And if there's only a few, I'll swatch them against each other and we can see just how similar they are. No, there's nothing there. I'll show you. Right, so that's Delicious Delights. Oh wait, we'll do it this way. That's Delicious Delights, what I've just swatched. This one is Serenity, what we swatched first. They've got pastels in there, but the pastels are nothing like what was in Delicious Delights. Like the new Ellis Atlantis one, I feel like other palettes I have from her, I don't need this one. If you've got similar shades, I don't feel like you would need it. They don't even have to be exact, do they? But if you have got similar shades and they're going to look similar on the eye, you know, just, I'd skip it. And there's definitely, I don't think, anything in this one. Hang on. Sweet Pea looks a bit like Milkshake. Right, let me just take these swatches off. I'm going to show you them again. Let me get a wipe. Because Sweet Pea looks like Milkshake in the two different palettes. But that's the only shade. You know, if it's just a case of one shade, then I would still buy a palette if I really wanted it. How much is £1 in US dollars? That's tricky. Actually, I should be able to know this. So last night I was on TikTok and my live made I think $2 in your country is £1 here. I'm not 100% sure, or it could be $1.50 in your country, in the US, is £1 here. Best thing to do is like ask Google. I know that in Australia, the pound is double. So say for instance, £50, it would be $100 over there, but it's not quite that in the US. Okay. What was I doing? I think it was Muse, wasn't it? Right, let's open Delicious Delights. Right, so we had Milkshake. And let me just check. No, it wasn't that one. Was it Make a Wish? No. Because they're not similar at all. You can see Milkshake is a lot deeper. Well, not a lot, but it is deeper. So that's Make a Wish there, that lilac one. And then Milkshake is that one there. So I don't think they're similar. It's pointless even swatching them. Let me just look at Royal Rose. Yeah, there's nothing in there that's similar. This palette's one on its own. No, there's nothing similar in the Cosmic Brushes, you know, collection. So that's that. And then the Muse. I think it was this one. What am I doing? Sweet Pea. Right, let's just swatch Milkshake and Sweet Pea. So, Milkshake. Sweet Pea. They look the same, don't they? Milkshake, Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea from the Muse. Milkshake from Delicious Delights. So does that mean the palette's cheaper for you then? Currencies confuse me. No, it's the same. It works out the same price. When you actually put the actual price into, like say you go to a currency converter, type that into Google and you put, I don't know, say you wanted to know how much this palette was, for instance, say you put £25 in, and it came up with your price that you'd have to pay. You're not paying more, even if it said like £38, $38, you're not paying any more. That's just what it converts at in the UK. They look so similar. Anyway, that's the only one shade that I could see that was similar. Actually, no, there was these duochromes as well, wasn't there? So there's Luster. Just quickly do these. Right, let's put them on the hands. Well, fingers. Luster, Delicious. Yeah, you can tell they're different. Okay, so these are like the white ones. So this one's got a green flip. So that one's from the Serenity. This one has kind of got a pink to purple flip. That one was from Muse. And then this one is more pink gold, I would say. And that one's from Delicious Delights. So yeah, they're not putting similar shades in, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not gonna swatch them, you know. I think we spent way too much time swatching, haven't we? So again, from how I put them on, like how I swatched them earlier, so we've got the Serenity palette, which looks like that. So I'll hold it up for a bit. So that's that one. Then the next one I bought was the Royal Rose, which looks like that. Then we've got Muse. For such a long time I thought it was called The Muse. It's not. It's called, is it? No, it's called Muse. These palettes have got really nice packaging. So that one's like that. I'll hold it up for a bit more. See, I've not been able to put blush on because I don't know what palette I'm going to be using because it's being chosen for me. And then we've got Delicious Delights, which looks like that. Yeah, they are all different. So hard to pick a favourite. Does someone want to pick one for me? I'll sit here and wait. I'll have a drink of water. If you can't remember the name, just give me a number, 1, 2, 3 or 4. And then I'll try and do a relatively fast look. Because I mean, it's ridiculous. We're verging on near enough 2 hours. Oh, I need to wipe my hands, don't I? Because they look a hot mess. Jamie, how long are your lives when you do them? I mean, I've enjoyed this one, but I mean, will anyone watch it afterwards? They might just watch it in 2 times speed or 1.5 times speed. Maybe 1 shade from each. So you think I should use all palettes? I don't know if they'll all fit on the vanity. And kind of like combine them because that's what this is just anyway. So you can see basically all of the eyeshadows. Is that what everyone wants to see? What about you, Tracy? What do you want? About 3 hours. Also, ahead of you then. Let me know, right? And it's just kind of me speaking out loud. If you ever want to do a live with me, I think that'd be so much fun. Right, so I think Tracy wants me to do the same thing as what you suggested. So, I'll just have to look in palettes, get a look in my mind's eye, and then just put them on the bed and take them away. So, this might take a while. Goodness me. I've never done this before. Completely out of my comfort zone. Okay, we can use that yellow from Highness, just like here. And if I need to, I could like brighten that up with one of those, you know, like those kind of like opal luster shades in the other palettes. So got a shade from that Royal Rose, but I won't need that straight away. What's in Serenity? Feel like doing green. Green and then that Highness shade here. And if it's too matte, then we can obviously do a shade like this, since I've got 3 of them in each palette. So we could probably use Minty from here, that matte green. Then we've got some deeper greens in here as well. And then we've got one of my favourite greens here, Inspire. I think this is how I'm going to do it. Right. Let's see. I've already forgotten. Oh, come on. Sort your shit out. Right, Minty. Get my brushes together. Oh, nearly dropped it. Just gonna spray this brush off. Smells that brush cleaner. I'll do my blush at the end. Might have to be a warm tone blush. Right, let's get started. I've kept you all waiting long enough. Okay, going into Minty. It's a shame I'm going somewhere, because if I wasn't going anywhere, if I was staying in all night, we could do 2 separate looks. One on this eye, one on that eye, but I can't do that today. You know, I need to go to my mum's. And although she wouldn't be bothered, maybe like people that I pass in the street would be. Just building it up. Yeah, let's do a live together. What will we do? I feel like I only ever do get ready with mace. Like the only other lives I've done is like when I've been shopping. Like I've shown people, hang on, oh crap, battery's on 20%, so I really need to get going with this eye look, don't I? So yeah, I've shown people like where I live and stuff, and gone into Boots, and they've seen what's in there, but like beyond that, I don't really tend to do lives with others, but feel like it might be nice. Feel like it'd be good for both our channels as well, doing that. I don't think there's any cream ivory shades in any of these palettes, but there's that white. Let's use this whipped cream shade for the brow bone. Wow, it is white. Freaking aura. Anything, I am up for anything. We'll sort something out then when you want to do it. I don't mind whenever. You know, I film at least 3 times a week anyway. Will I always be doing that? I don't think so. Just because I'm hoping to go back to work. Right. I need this colour switch. And, you know, I could, it doesn't matter what time your time it is, because I'm like a night owl. I don't really sleep that well. I've got sleep apnea and insomnia, so they keep me up. And I've got a tripod with a light attached to it, so I feel like I'll get light anytime. Right, what other greens did I want to use? So we've got Serenity. Well, Muse, I'm going in for the absolutely stunning shimmer. So we're going to have to come up with something from here. Serenity. Yeah, maybe Moss. Yeah, Moss. This one down here. Would this be the time you do it since we're both awake? Not necessarily. It's whenever you're free. Whenever a good time is for you. I mean, the only time that I couldn't do it is I go to my mum's after 10 p.m. UK time, and I don't come home till about 2 a.m. So I couldn't do it then, but if you wanted to do it between like 6 and 10, like my time, yeah, we could do that. Oh, that's really blending in nice together. You're 5 hours behind me, aren't you? So, what are we on now? 11 minutes past 9, like my time it is at the moment. God, it's just flown. Didn't expect it to go this quick, but I didn't know how long I would be on here, or who would come. Like, if no one came in, I probably wouldn't have done all these swatches. Probably would have just chosen an eyeshadow palette and done the swatches in a separate video. Oh, I don't sleep either. I have severe insomnia. Same. Like mine, my insomnia and sleep apnea is caused by my epilepsy. So there's nothing I can do about it. There's no tablets I can take. Like, I went to the doctor's a couple of weeks ago and he wanted to give me sedatives. And I said, yeah, but they'll cause seizures, won't they? And he said, well, if they do, then I won't give them to you. So I didn't get them, basically. I literally never sleep, so any time is good. It's 4:12 p.m. here right now. Yeah, that makes sense because it's 9:13 here. So you're literally 5 hours behind me. We'll come up with a time that suits us both, I'm sure. I'm liking it so far. I don't actually do matte looks. And I don't wear green that much either. So I think I want to go on with a deeper shade though. Was that from here? Well, yeah, it was, but I shouldn't use another one from that. I could do actually, because I'm going in with the Royal Rose for the inner corner. What's in Muse? No, we'll use another one from Muse because it's like grungy. So we'll use Willow, this one here, just to deepen the outer V out. And I'll use a different brush as well, actually. Say this every time, but my brushes need cleaning. Really, is it? I didn't know that could happen. My insomnia is the reason I have congestive heart failure. Like, my neurologist says to me, are you getting enough sleep? I've not seen him for a while because I've not needed to. And I'm like, well, I don't sleep. I should be on a CPAP machine, really, but that just makes it even worse. And it just makes me not sleep either. So I don't use it. I took it back to the hospital. And I just try and sleep as much as I can. And sometimes I'll have to have a sleep in the afternoon. If I've not slept all night, I'll have to have a sleep the following afternoon. And I'm trying to get out of that because I want to go back to work. And yeah, so a lot of things come with having insomnia and sleep apnea. It's just not great, is it? I'm glad I was here since you did the swatches because of me. Aww. My insomnia is the reason I have... Oh, I've already read that one. And responded. So, Willow now. Just on the outer ear. You know, every time I record, I can hear someone outside my window. It's getting beyond a joke. Yeah, they said since I don't sleep, my heart doesn't sleep and it doesn't pump the water out of my body. I have 100 pounds of water in my abdomen, legs, lungs and heart. Blimey, Jamie. So can they do anything or not? Can they give you like heart medication or anything like that? Right, so that's nice. I might have to do a bit of blending with this in a bit. But yeah, let's get some glitter glue on. Oh, it's here. No, it's not. Put that there a sec. Not anymore, I was on water pills, but I'm diabetic. And insulin and Lasix together are bad for your liver. Oh my gosh. My mum's just been told she's diabetic. And she's been told that she has to cut out certain foods. She's not happy about it. At all. But I'm trying to encourage her to do what the doctors said. Right. Okay. I feel like I need some kind of green eyeliner. I think I've got one. In this shop, my stash drawer, because I've done a green eye look this time. I must have put it back. Finding the green eyeliner. Got 50 eyeliners and now I need to try and find a green one. I might just use this one that Amy got me. Yeah, let's just use this one. So this is by a brand that I can't even pronounce. Susie Kiki or something like that. That's basically what it is. And then on the other side it says Daydream Eyeliner Pencil. Amy told me she got me them from Amazon. I rebelled for the first year I found out I was diabetic too. Yeah, I feel like that's what she's doing. Like she loves the carbs, Jamie, and she just doesn't want to let those potatoes go. She likes those baby new potatoes. And the doctor said today, instead of having them every day or every other day, having once a week. I think that's a bit excessive. You know, this is basically a lifestyle plan. I think she should be able to have them 2 to 3 times a week. Oh, that's really deep, that green. It's like a forest green. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like it. It's actually the first time I've used this one. I've used some of the others that she sent. She sent me a really nice pack of them. Yeah, I like it. Soda is my weakness. Yeah, oh, it was here all that time. That was the one I wanted to use. But I like this one as well, so. Yeah, I wouldn't like it though if a doctor said to me, you've got to cut out, we call them crisps here, but I believe in America they're called chips. I wouldn't like it if I got told to cut out them. I'd be like, no. I mean, you can take chocolate away from me, but crisps / chips is another thing altogether. Right. The Muse needs to come back over here. This look goes great with your hair colour. Thank you. Right, we're going in. You know, part of me thinks I should use both of these greens because they're both nice. And it will show you how the palette performs. So we've got patina here. So we could use that on the outer section. And then go in with Inspire, like in the inner corner here. Not the inner corner, but, you know, like all throughout that bit there. So, like, do half and half. Yeah, I'll do that. So, that's patina. Oh, I need to get going with this look. Now my phone's on 10%. Oh my gosh. I mean, I charged it. It was on 90%, guys. Right, I'm just going to keep that like that to there. Between the congestive heart failure, the diabetes, and having as many surgeries I've had, I am tired of doctors giving advice they probably don't do themselves. You're right. You know, I said to my mum, I said, you don't have to take his advice. Have it 3 times a week. You know, we have Sunday dinner together. Have it twice a week during the week, you know, the potatoes, that is. And then have it on a Sunday with me. And she said, yeah, I'll try. So, yeah, I think she's going to do that. So now we're going in with Inspire. Hope this doesn't cut out. But it's not going to cut out while I do the eye look. I'm coming to the end now. Oh, that's beautiful. Just like my pain doctor telling me how much pain I'm in when he's not in pain himself. Exactly. How would he know? Oh, I just love it, guys. Right, let's get some mascara on. Now we're starting to do things a bit quicker. So I'm just using the usual one, the 17, another level. And then it'll just be lipstick, won't it? So, and normally when I do green, I put a red on. Can't even remember if I'm doing this lip service project pan. I can't remember if I've got any. I'm sure I would have picked out a couple of reds. So that's that. %, guys. Let me wipe this lip oil off. He told me to be an 8 pain level I would need to be shot or hit by a bat. I've had 7 back surgeries, but that's not enough for him, I guess. Oh, that's... He's just stupid. Right, I think I'm going to use this one as I've not used it yet. It's the Maybelline Vinyl. It's in the shade Wicked, number 50. If you're wondering what all this is, I ran it through the washer by mistake. I don't even think it's working properly anymore. We'll soon find out. So it's like a glossy lip. Right, let's see. Oh, your eyes look beautiful. Thank you. Maybe just blend it out a little bit more. I don't actually mind the way they're looking, because we've got like dark shades here. It doesn't look that bad. I don't know. This to me is tingling. It's like it's plumping somehow. Right. Then I'm just going to go back into the palette. And I always like to top it up a little bit. So first we'll go in with that really nice green, Inspire. Oh, I need to do one in the corner as well. Oh, 4%. I think we'll just get it done in time. If I ever do this again, I'll have to make sure it's charged up better. And then patina for the rest. I've never done this look before and I really do like it. And like I said earlier, I've not wore green properly. Well, I wore green when I used the Glam Shop Z-Lone palette a while, like, I don't know, about a month ago. But prior to that, I hadn't used green in so long. And this lipstick on my teeth. Oh, that's great. Never mind. You'll have to excuse that. I'll remove that in a minute. It won't come off. It's like industrial strength lip gloss. Thank you. My mum used to put green ribbons in my hair when I was younger and yellow ribbons in my hair, so I feel like those are the kind of colours that really do suit me. Oh yeah, the inner corner, that's what we were doing, wasn't it? I'm being thrown off my game here. So what palette? Oh yeah, we was doing that yellow. I forgot about that. Out of the Royal Rose. This one, Highness. Look how bright it is. I think yellow goes with green as well, quite nice. I'm sorry if you can hear them outside. They're such idiots. Oh my God, shut up. I think I'm going to go in, I mean, I like that, but I think I'm going to go in with, we'll go into a different palette than Muse. Let's just use Serenity. So let's go in now with this opal shade here. These aren't that pigmented, but you can definitely build them up. Yeah, and with the yellow, if you put it on top of the yellow, it's got a green flip. Right, we're done. In case your phone hangs up, have a wonderful weekend, and it's been a great live. I'll be doing more lives on Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, if I don't see you before next week, you have a great weekend as well, Jamie. And thank you for joining me today. I'm really happy that you came because, like I said, this live's for you. And thank you to everyone else that came in. If you've got video ideas that you want me to do in a live, just leave them in the comments down here, and I'll see them and obviously pick them up, and we'll do that. That's not a problem. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye, guys. Bye, Tracy. Thank you for coming. Okay, bye-bye.